everyone, this is your instructor Joy. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your nice questions, comments, and sending me donations and booking lessons with me. Today I want to talk about picking the right type of vibrato. A lot of violinists, when they learn how to vibrate, they don't treat vibrato as a tool of expressing musical ideas, but rather they tend to stick to one type of vibrato, and once the violinists have it, seems like they don't find much necessity to develop different sound or quality of vibratos. So I'd like to talk a little more about that. As you know, vibrato is this one, but even regardless whether you do arm vibrato, wrist vibrato, finger vibrato, regardless what type of vibrato you already have, using that, you also have to understand that you have to make different kind of combination to express your ideas. The vibrato, the fluctuation, the width can be wide or narrow. The moving fluctuation, the speed can be fast or slow. So you can combine this wide fast, slow fast, or narrow slow, and narrow fast. All this one to express certain ideas, and I want to talk about that. Now, general rules, of course, it is overly generalized. There are always exceptions, and it also goes case by case, but overall, generally speaking, for Baroque pieces like Handel, Bach, Telemann, and things like that, kind of a narrow vibrato goes well, whereas romantic pieces like Mozart, Tchaikovsky, Sibelius, wider vibrato tend to work well. The speed of vibrato, whether it's fast vibrato, narrow, or slow vibrato, it could. Sometimes a fast piece tend to work very well with fast vibratos, but that's not always the case. Sometimes a slow vibrato works well with the slow pieces, but sometimes there are also enough exceptions. So one has to understand how it works and what type of vibrato is proper for certain type of piece. So I'm going to demonstrate to show you the importance of vibrato, showing you the right type of vibrato and the versus if I was using different or wrong type of vibrato. For example, this is when I use wide and fast vibrato. So I'm using quite wide. And then there's also a narrow vibrato, but fast. So now there's a wide and fast vibrato, and then there's a narrow and fast vibrato. And you're wondering what happens if I do the reverse or the opposite one. So instead of wide fast vibrato, what happens if I do narrow and fast vibrato? Sounds like this. It sounds unsettling. Yeah? Or what if I use this where the narrow and fast vibrato is proper one, but what happens if I use wide and fast vibrato? Here, it was, so this is the proper way. Let's say that I want to experiment with a wide and fast vibrato. This is what happens. Do you hear that one? Again, it's unsettling, out of place, it loses context, it's too much, yeah? So that is why it's right, it's important to find the right one. Now, it is true when you play romantic pieces, you can do rather slow vibrato or wide, like this. Here I'm doing wide and slow. If I do here fast, wide and fast vibrato, sounds like this. Even though I'm not making louder with my bow, but because the vibrato is so fast, it gets emphasized, it gets louder in the wrong place. So it sounds therefore unsettling again. Now at last I'm going to demonstrate narrow and slow vibrato. So narrow and slow vibrato often happens in Baroque pieces. Not only, but often. Let's see. Sorry. So this would be rather narrow and slow vibrato. What happens if I do wide and slow? So that is why it works better when it's rather narrow instead of slow, like. So it's narrow but rather slow to go to them. So you're wondering, ooh, I just learned to vibrate, or I thought just mastering vibrato is good enough, but there's another level. Yes, that is the case, but the good news is it is not as hard as you would think. Once you know how to vibrate, you just have to know how to get faster or slower, and wider or narrower, and that is very easy to do. Probably you just have to spend a couple of weeks just to figure out. And the simple exercise that you could do, you just pick a note and then just train yourself. So I'm going to do maybe 4 vibratos, wide, slow, like this. Second finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Now you can do 4 vibratos, wide but fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Try to calculate precise number of vibrato. That way you learn to control every single movement. Same thing goes, now you do narrow but slow vibrato. Same finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you do narrow and fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you're done, then you increase the number. So let's say 6, slow and wide. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, wide but fast. 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then narrow and slow. 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, narrow and fast. 6 again. Like that. And then if you do this one every time, 5-10 minutes, and just understand, tune your ears and study how it sounds, what kind of mood it creates, and this will give you a better idea of what kind of vibrato you should apply when playing pieces. Yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe and share my videos. Hope to see you again. Bye bye.